talk about this, man. Sha'Carri, Richardson, Christian Coleman. At some point, I'm gonna start doing lives on Free Game 89, but it's definitely going to be different. So be prepared for that. It's gonna be different over there. So yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson. I know y'all seen the airport video. I've been doing the videos on this channel because she's a track athlete. I'm a TRAPSDR. She's a track star. And it's hot as hell out here today. So had a couple minutes before I skirt. I'm gonna talk about Shador tomorrow. So but yeah, so I wanted to talk about this. I would love to get to the desk, but y'all seen the video. If y'all haven't, it's on TikTok. TMZ got it. TMZ TikTok got it. The whole nine. I want y'all to understand something, right? I want y'all to understand something about that video. That watch as old girl was pushing Mr. Christian Coleman, right? Now, notice something in that video. It's a public place. She is going ham on him. She struck him right in the chest like a ninja, right? And if you notice one thing, and you notice anything else from that video, right? You shout the brother out for having great restraint, all of this, right? Nobody stopped to help him. Nobody stopped and was like, hey. Nobody grabbed her. Nobody stopped in the airport and was like, come on. Nobody stopped in the airport was like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Nobody tried to grab her or grab him. Ain't nobody care about him. Ain't nobody care about him. Not a Becky, not a Brad. And the only reason the police jumped in, not another Keisha tried to grab her like, hey girl, chill out. The only reason the police jumped in is because it was the airport. You know how many times I done seen people fight, especially at like nightclubs and stuff, and the police ain't do nothing. They just sat there and watched, ate a sandwich and watched. If that was in a place on the street, 9 times out of 10, the police wouldn't have did nothing, or they would have waited for him to strike her and put it on him, or they would have restrained one of them and let him go. I'm saying that right now. Nobody care about black men, bro. I'm saying that right now. Don't nobody care about black men. Nobody care about black men. I'm telling you, you lucky. You lucky if you got 2 people in your life that care about you. You know what I'm saying? You lucky. Because they don't be caring if you got one leg. I still need you to come over and hang this TV. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I thought you said we was going out. They don't care. They don't care. You could be down your last 2 days on earth, and most people that you run into, they gonna want you to put your personal needs, their personal needs over yours. Nobody stopped to help that man, and he showed great restraints. Now, you want to know why she did that? This is what nobody's talking about. Oh, he must have did something. They said that he did that. She flipped out because he took her headphones. They said she did that because he took her headphones. So she flipped out like that over some headphones. Come on now. Nobody even stepped in and was like, man, this brother's showing great restraint. Let us jump in and help. Nope. Had it was a Becky putting hands on Brad, had it been a Maria putting hands on Hector, somebody would have jumped in. Somebody would have jumped in. I'm telling you. But the minute he would have struck her, if this wasn't the airport, the minute he would have struck her, I'm telling you, he would have been going to jail. They would have put a knee in his neck. They would have put a bullet in his head. I'm telling you that right now, and that's a fact. And then, people say, oh, what did he do? He took her headphones, and that's enough to be him. Now, really, in reality, I agree with Town on this. Her career should be over with. Her career should be over with. But therefore, black men is the bottom of the barrel. It doesn't matter. Only thing that mattered, had he just shoved her back, right? His career would have been over with. He would have been an abuser. He would have been a woman beater. And I'm telling you, about 80% of domestic violence situations, it looked like this. And let me prove my point even furthermore. Who has the highest domestic violence rate of anybody? It is lesbians. It is lesbians. Lesbians have the highest domestic violence rate of all. And also, when they say, oh, men cheat more than women, right? Lesbians also have the highest infidelity rate of anybody. So when women try to debate you and say men are so violent and they're abusive and they're all liars and cheaters, I mean, we know women lie about nothing that needs to be lied about. We know statistically, because that's what we can go off of, not feel, not the looks. We're going off the statistics. They're the abusers, they're the cheaters. Across all board. Brad, Keisha, Becky, Maria, we know it. And any of us that has sisters or really paid attention to mothers and aunties and female family members or female friends or whoever been a side nigga or some of you niggas that like knocking down married chicks, you know how sneaky women are. Very vindictive. And like I told y'all before, any woman threaten to call the police on you, any woman disrespect you, you check it and they do it again. Any woman try to get physically abusive with you, leave. Take it from me, man. Leave. What a lot of women like to do, because they know they ain't shit, they know they terrible people, and I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women that are, well, the bunch of women that are bad people and terrible people, what they want to do, they want to take a good man and bring a good man to their level. They want to take an angel and bring him to hell. That's why when women be like, well, I don't like good men, or I like hood niggas, and let them have that. Don't chase that. Don't chase that. That's them protecting you. At least I respect women like that because they're protecting you from destroying your life. That's a life of destruction. You know, that's a life of destruction. So when you look at this situation, they say black men don't protect black women. He protected her. He said he don't want to press charges. He don't think nothing should happen to her. And I say this, even in a lot of situations where women cry damsel in distress or women go through a DV situation, I feel like, and I don't know the numbers on this, but just going off looks of it, a lot of women don't follow up to press charges. A lot of women, will be right back sucking that dude's Johnson again or jumping on his Johnson again, or they make up, right? And it's only a countdown till it happens again, right? That's how it feels, right? But the difference is the prosecution, when a prosecution, even if you cooperate and you want to press charges, the prosecution is not going to go after her. They're going to find every reason to drop the charges, right? But when it comes to her, and don't ask me how I know this, because I've been through this, not me personally, but I've seen guys go through this, where the lady, you know what I'm saying, she press charge, she called the police on the guy, and then, when it get down to it, she don't want to press charges. She like, oh no, I don't want to press charges, whatever, next day, Monday, whatever. But for the most part, the district attorney, which they have some type of vendetta against men, they still want to pick up the charges. Now, even though they don't have a witness in the abuse, you know what I'm saying, and they don't try to coerce the woman in most situations to press charges, really the system is all about, it's not protecting. They don't care about you sending people to the upper room, okay? They don't care about none of that. They want free slavery and they want your money, right? So you have to understand that. They want free work, free labor in the prisons, and they want your money. So the reason they carry on through with the case, even though they know they're going to lose, the system is a big circle. The lawyers, the judge, the district attorney, they all have lunch with each other. The public defenders, all of it is a swap out. That's why the better attorney that you have, the more money you spend on an attorney, they swap it out. And then the people who don't have money or have limited resources for the attorney, they go to jail. They get swapped out even though they're innocent. And the other guy with money wasn't innocent. That's the judicial system. And that's why it's very important to watch Law and Order, or The Wire. It all shows that it's a swap. Plies got a song called 100 Years, and he talks about that, how they go around swapping people out. That's how they swap you out. When you're the less fortunate and you innocent, they swap you out that way. They be like, oh, okay, give us him because we let you get Steve Johnson off. We know he murdered that bitch, but give us him even though he innocent. That's how it go. So when you remember when T.K. Kirkland said you need 25,000 to start dating out here, the principle wasn't you need the 25,000 to sleep with women or to get a good woman. The principle was to get you to focus on getting the money. Focus on the money. Stack the 25K up. Because when you're dealing with life, when you're dealing with these women, that 25K may not go on her. She might put a case on you. And now you gotta need that 25 to fight the case. Y'all might get married. You might need some of that 25K for a marriage. So that 25K was just to get you to focus on building the money so you can prepare for what life brings and what women bring. In this situation, he still protected her. In society, like marriage laws, if you don't understand the marriage laws, let me give it to you this simple as that. Marriage has some very old laws, and there's a lot of different southern cities and around America who have very, very old laws. It was funny, me and Adonis was talking about this last week or earlier this week about the old laws in New Orleans and some of the laws that they got, right? Very old. But a lot of these laws are old. In marriage, and you can look this up yourself. Hey, Miles, come here. Marriage, believe it or not, when you are married, the woman is your property. That's why the marriage laws are so in their favor. Turn your head. I can get this hook on here for this angle. Hold on. Yeah, the marriage laws, you really, you go buy a PS5, when you married to a woman, you're her property. So when they just talk about law reform in general, when they talk about law reform, don't just think of it as child support, or when you start thinking about law reform, think about how old that law is. That marriage law was in place, right, when women didn't have any rights, and they never reformed it. So that's why everything is screwed, kind of shifted into a woman's favor, and rightfully so. If I didn't have the right to drive, I didn't have the right to vote, I didn't have the right to work, and my husband, it was abusive, or I had to leave my husband, because back in the day, they really wouldn't leave husbands like that, or he died, the assets should come my way. So back in the day, 100 years ago, whatever it was, it made sense. It made sense because they couldn't do anything. But once they got the right to, after what was it, World War II or World War II, they got the right to integrate into the workforce, and, they started getting the right to drive and vote. Then those laws should have been reformed right then and there. But they never went back and reformed those laws. And believe it or not, there's a lot of laws that have not run back and be reformed to be up to date. And there's not been a president or too many congresswomen or whoever it is, state representatives, that's been pushing for that. And you see in Florida, they just got rid of default law, no fault divorce, and the women are mad. Believe it or not, most people believe in conservative values. Most feminism, a lot of their thoughts is conservative values. Conservative is really splitting the cake down the middle. It ain't nothing but nice little black women walking their dog today. I done seen two already. but yeah, that's what it is. Come on. That's what it is. That's, for the most part, When you start getting into it, that's why they still see women from the point of view of she got some cake on her too. But they still see women as your property. But women, even though they benefit from that law, they don't see it, and they still see women as weak and feeble, right? So when a woman hits you, it's like, you're a guy, don't worry about it. But at the end of the day, it's time for guys to start pressing charges. If y'all want to see a shift, you have to start pressing charges. It's sad. Believe it or not, most domestic violence, it starts with a woman. Whether it's an abuse from a woman, physically or verbally. Ain't no dude going around just going up a woman's head unless they crazy. You don't see it. You don't see these dudes going up these women's heads like that. She done said something. She needed an emotional high. She provoked you, punched you, threw some shit at you, busted your windows out, or whatever situation. When you see these situations, watch these body cam videos. When they bust your windows out and the guy be like, well, I don't want to press charge. No, fuck that. Start pressing charges. And then, or don't complain about it. Don't complain about it. But one thing I do put the blame on guys in these situations for dealing with it. Leave. Christian Coleman can go fuck hoes. Come on now. He's a track star. He can go fuck buku hoes. Why do guys put up with it? And I used to put up with it. And one day I'm like, why am I putting up with it? I don't have to put up with it. You don't have to put up with it. The minute a woman disrespects you, you check it, you leave, or you ask her to leave and come back. You put them on timeout. And if she go fuck somebody else, so be it. She never was the one for you. Or if she come back, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You be like, well, let's go grab something to eat or something. And you tell her, I don't really tolerate that. So if that's what you want, you can go find somebody else. I don't tolerate the disrespect. I won't disrespect you. But if you feel like I disrespect you, just let me know. We can talk about it. But if she violates you in that same way, drop her off like a bad habit. As soon as she do it, or if you at her crib, you ask her, you be like, let me go to the car and grab something. Or she at your crib, you play it smooth for the rest of the night, and then you just, like, no, I don't want to do this no more. Or you just block her or whatever. That's how that goes. That's how it goes. Once you start showing you have a low tolerance level, I'm telling you. So the disrespect, that's why. Disrespect manifests into that. Verbal disrespect, talk, over talking you, calling you out your name, whatever type of disrespect. Check it one time, and if they keep doing it, hey, you gotta replace her. This is what it manifests into. I'm telling you, this is what it manifests into. Abuse. Because at one point, you gonna get tired of her disrespecting her. You gonna get tired of her disrespect, and you may blow up. Even if you the calmest dude, you gonna blow up at her. You gonna blow up. You gonna be, I had enough. And you might yell at her, and she might lie and say you hit her. She might take a hammer and start hitting her leg or something like that. Now you in jail for something you ain't do. Or you might lose and go upside the bitch head. But really, you don't have nobody else to blame but yourself, because the signs are always there. The signs are always there. How she speak to her parents, how she speak to her mother, how she speak to her father, how she interact with people, her lexicon, how she speaks, how she deals with stressful situations. Yes, a lot of these women, when you meet them, are ladylike. They say, well, the new version of the guy, when you meet him, the fake version is cool. That's them. But once you start, having disagreements, or she might think you cheating, that's how you see. She might blow up and, not even want to get your side of the story. How she speak to you, the attitude she get, all that go into it. Now, a woman can have an attitude and still be respectful. But I'm telling you, when you allow disrespect to slide, this what happens. And then, let's say it never gets to domestic violence or it never gets physical, right? And you just go along with the disrespect. Then you become the wife and she becomes the husband. What did the dude say on social media? He said relationships is when a woman controls the relationships. You gotta let her control the relationship. That's beta talk, but that's what happens. If you tolerate disrespect and you never stand up for yourself and you never check it and it never get, let's say it never gets physical, you just a bitch in the relationship. Real talk. You become the woman in the relationship. You start sitting down, crossing your legs. You know what I'm saying? You start wearing purses and fanny packs. Your estrogen levels start to rise. Real shit. You start to get breastises. She started to ask you where you at, why you ain't hit. Man, that bitch, where you at? Like, bitch, what? Like, huh? Where you going? Like, what? If I want to tell you where I was going, I would have told you where I was going. Just make sure your ass right here when I get back. If you tell you shit with shit, like, hey, look, I'm about to shoot to the store real quick. You need something? Cool. Oh, where you going? Like, hold on. Yeah, I'll tell you where I'm going if I want you to know. I'll be right back. You start becoming to wear the skirt. But Christian Coleman, he gonna learn off the hard way. He a good dude, I can tell. He a good dude. He a simp. But this is where being a good man gets you hurt. Because a lot of good men are naive to the game. He's naive to the situation. You can't cuff no chick that done licked the clit. Let me say that again. You can't cuff no chick that done licked the clit. Come on. You can't cuff no chick that was licking the clit of the ops. She was sleeping with the Jamaican track team chick. Come on. And she probably was beating the hell out of Sha'Carri ass. That's probably why they broke up. That Jamaican bitch was putting bumble clocks all over Sha'Carri Richardson. Telling y'all be thinking like, cool, yeah, you can be in a situationship or she can think y'all together, but you never should cuff a chick that lick clit. Have your fun with it. Pull out with the rubber. Get the abortion pill. Whatever you need to get. I ain't pro-abortion though, but I'm telling you, they are mentally disturbed. You cannot save them. And most women understand they are not marriage material. And this is why they marry men who they don't respect, who they're unhappy with. This is why, because they're too far gone. She buy, you gotta say goodbye. She don't get a ring. And like I just saw in the beginning of the stream, lesbians have the highest infidelity rate and the highest abuse rate. He said, I tried it once, and she told me she liked to be being abused. I was out. I told you. I'm telling you. The number one abusers out there are bisexual women. Don't see that from gay guys. Gay guys do not be trying to fight. Now, if they got to fight, you seen the landlord. Nigga, I'm still a man. Yeah, gay guys. Bill Blur had a joke. He said, fucking lesbians be looking miserable. He said, gay guys like the happiest of them all. I never see angry gay guys. I'm like, nigga might have a point. Bill Blur is genius too, But he right. But like I said, Coleman is a good guy. His whole career gonna get destroyed, just like Ray Rice. Like Ray Rice, his wife was drunk and tripping, and he threw his career away by choosing the wrong chick. I guarantee you, I've been there. The signs are always there. Listen to these brothers that they used to be married, or listen to guys like Town and and motherfucking Coach Greg. Listen to what they saying, man, because I done been Adonis, Modern Bruce. I done been through a lot of that shit, bro. Women will bring the worst. The wrong woman will bring the worst thing out of you. Bitches like Sha'Carri Richardson. This is why when the Pookeishas be saying, "Oh, I don't want good men, fuck a good man," or "I like scammers," let them have it. You can't look here. I believe, and it's gonna be this is gonna be a highlight clip. I believe you can save a sex worker before you can save a Pookeisha. A hood bitch, you can't save them. Them bitches like to fight. You know, they like to be argue. You can save a bitch selling coochie. I'm not saying you should, and you shouldn't. But just to give you in context, you can't save no hood bitch. And at the end of the day, don't think because a hood bitch, that she won't call the police. They let women snitch all day. They let women snitch all day. So, and they still gonna call the police. And then this masculine hood, but even a masculine stud, bulldagger chick, when it's time to turn on femininity, when it comes to going to jail or putting your black ass in jail or your white ass in jail, they gonna turn right into a woman. No, when they bucked that dude and they wanted to shoot the 5 with you, they was a nigga. Yeah, nigga, what's up? What's up, son? What's up? Put them paws on you, son. But when the police come around, when 5-0 come around, it's yeah, I mean, we were just talking and he hauled off in my shit and yup, I'm telling you. You can't save a hood rat. There's a long list of people and women you can save, but a hood rat ain't, a Pookeisha, a hood rat ain't run over. It ain't. It ain't. You can say the devil and send them back up to God before you say one of them hoes. I'm telling you. So, like I be telling you, Coleman, the best thing to do is get rid of Sha'Carri Richardson, because one day that's gonna happen again, and that good guy, she gonna finally accomplish her mission. She gonna take Mr. Good Christian Coleman, and he gonna do something, and or she gonna claim he did something, and she's going to destroy his whole career. And then you got black women saying, defending her. You got black women defending her, saying, or the sisterhood defending her. Well, he must have did something. Okay, next time a bitch cheat on you and you haul up in her shit, right? Or if she take your headphones in this situation, should I be able to haul up in her shit? Because when it comes to a man, it's, nobody should put their hands on nobody. But when it comes to women putting their hands on guys, what is it? Is feminists, we fighting for equal rights? Or we fighting for selective equal rights? Because nobody should put their hands on nobody, especially over no headphones. But he gonna stick around and be an idiot, and he gonna lose his career. And that's why when them brothers defending her when she was smoking weed, I mean, I was with Brad on that one. No. You gotta think about how mentally ill this woman is. She was literally letting the ops clap her cheeks. She was literally allowing the ops to clap her cheeks. Think about that for a minute. You racing against a Jamaican track team, right? We racing. And you said, well, I'm gonna bend over for the opposition. Man, do you really want to let y'all daughters participate in sports? You got a better chance your daughter turning out better just playing with the boys. Playing sports with the boys. Your daughter got a better opportunity. Playing with the boys. She do. She got a better opportunity playing with the boys. Playing with the girls, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And it's hot. Give her the bag. They don't give her the bag. You gotta understand, when you pay women off, look what happened to Shannon Sharp. The next woman tried to sue him. So you can't. The money don't change the woman, bro. The money don't change the woman. That's what y'all don't understand. What y'all lead with the money. The money don't change the woman, bro. Your money can't keep a woman. The money don't change. Can't change a woman. Keep telling y'all that money don't change a woman. You buy her, and as soon as the money gone, or as soon as you want to give her no more money, she out of there. Only thing that's really gonna keep a woman for most guys in a regular same situation is raw attraction and raw chemistry. That's it. That's it. The attraction. If the attraction ain't there, you know, so no matter, you can give her an expensive car, it's not going to change the relationship. What happens is, like, if you get a new toy at Christmas, after a while, that new toy just sit in the back of the motherfucking closet. And when you're not looking, and your mama seen or your daddy seen you ain't use it in a while, they just throw it out. So the money not gonna change anything. Y'all be thinking, that's why a lot of y'all be trying to buy the bitch, and when y'all buy her, and then when the money not there, and you get sick and you don't have the money, you can't work, she split on you. Because the relationship was built off money. You know, it'd be funny. Y'all buy the chick, y'all buy these women, y'all try to turn them into wives, and, you know, and wonder why the children don't have no respect for you. The woman respect the money. She don't respect the father. Let me say that again. When you build a relationship, or you try to build a family with a woman that you bought, you got to understand. I did a video on Free Game 89. I don't know when it's gonna be up. Sometime next week. It was his father saying that his daughter only called when she wanted something, that he just paid 20 something hundred, and child support she wanted $30. Right? Let me tell you this. When you deal with a woman and it's transactional, and she get pregnant, and everything y'all do is transactional, right? That trickles on to the daughter. So, or the child. So now the mother see the way the children see the way the mother treat the father. It's just a transactional basis. Whether it's, I need a couple dollars, come get this pussy and give me, just give me a couple dollars for this pussy, all right? Or every time she contacting him, it's about money, right? The children see you the same way through how the mother's raising them, especially when the mother is the primary custodian. So the children see that relationship y'all had, they think it's the same. Oh, this nigga's just only good for money. He ain't good for an opinion. He ain't good for life experience. He ain't good to kick it with. He ain't cool to chill with. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's why I say, when you sleep with people, remember this. When you sleep with people, whether you paying for it, whether it organically happen, you sleep, the how can I say this? The purpose of sex is reproduction. So when you sleep with a woman, you're really sleeping to reproduce with her. So, and usually when you sleep with women that you have no business sleeping with, those are the ones you get pregnant, the condom pop, or you was supposed to pull out, or whatever the situation may happen. Those are the people that you tend to, the 1 in 1 million chance that she get pregnant. You can see with the woman that care about you all the time and bust buku nuts in her, and that's not the one that's going to pregnant. The one you had no business with sleeping with, those are the ones to get pregnant. So when you out there, you hear these guys that say, I slept with 10,000 women, or I slept with 1,000 women, best believe they paying for it. And for you to pay to sleep for a woman, I don't count that. I don't count that in the ism. The ism, I don't count that. I don't count it. I don't count it. So, like I said, when you deal with women that actually like you know, and they seek your leadership, they seek your knowledge, they seek your guidance. Then if you have offspring with them, your offspring follow the same lead. So that's why you have to make sure you dealing with, now. If you want to, deal with the baddies and you gotta know you dealing with them, they're gonna come with a pregnancy scares, abortion scares, Plan B scare. You have to understand when you deal with them, those are coming with scares, STD scares. I mean, however you want to say it. So if you just feel like I gotta hit a stripper or I gotta hit a baddie or I gotta hit a, I mean, do what you must. But I would say this: lead with the game, lead with your personality, and if that don't work, then I guess then flex your pockets. If that's what you may do, you want to really do. But real talk. Old man told me this one day. We was on the damn elliptical. This is about 20 years ago, probably now. He was like, not 20 years, about 15. He was like, it all switched and it all damn near feel the same. He just walked up and told me that. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, pussy. He said it's all about the type of woman that you pick. For the most part, but and he pretty much got a point. Y'all going out there, seeking a lot of these women, sleeping with them because of that IG or they got voluptuous body. What you find out is they don't be hitting on nothing. They do not be hitting on nothing. They don't be hitting on nothing. They don't be hitting on nothing. I'm trying to show your message. I don't know why I don't show your message. It keeps saying another moderator handled it, but he couldn't have did it that fast. So he said, Samuel said, I ain't having sex without a blood test first. Discipline is that serious for me. Yeah, the crazy thing about that is y'all got to go together, and then if it's a window of a day, you never know. But that's true. My chart pull ups or whatever the situation may be, y'all feel right with, but it's just to the point now. A lot of y'all just be wanting to sleep with these women because you know the aesthetics, but a lot of times you see a lot of them women that y'all find fine in person. You see them in person, they don't be that fine. They do not be that fine in person. Like women in person don't be looking how they look on social media. Real talk. The makeup, the filters, the push bras. He said you can't find women if you're. Yes, you can. Dog, dude. I didn't crack so many. I ain't gonna say so many. I didn't crack chicks when I ain't have a dime and they boyfriends had shit. Real talk. You just gotta work on yourself. That's a fact. You have to work on yourself. Because in every woman's history, she done cracked a dude that was broke. Who ain't have it. You just gotta be him. And a lot of y'all just lead with y'all money and don't lead with y'all self. Lead with yourself sometimes. You'll be surprised. There's been times where, you know, I think women that walked up to me and we start chopping it up and having a conversation. So I used to be in the military, so that is where I learned about the extensive. Yeah, I had a homie. He was in I don't know what he was in, but they was over in like Korea, somewhere. He might have been Korea, somewhere north or south. I don't remember. Japan or China. It was somewhere in one of those areas in Asia, and he said that uh, that these guys picked up a sexual disease, and they wouldn't. It was called like Black Death. I don't know what it was called. Let me not lie. And he said that they couldn't come back to America. They had to stay over there with this disease because they didn't have a cure for it, or they didn't know what it was. So I want to say he said they called it. Yeah, he called it sexually. They called it sexual transmitted disease. This is like 16, 17, 18. He was probably in the military. He was already out of the military. So this, I don't know if this was the early 2010s, but he said that they caught something that I want to say it was sexually they couldn't get rid of. It was sexually, you couldn't get rid of it. And they had to stay over there and they couldn't come back to the United States. He was telling me that, don't quote me on this, but if you in the military or you was in the same military he was, I don't remember what branch he was in. Um, he said I think they was over in Germany, He said you can go to these whole houses in Germany, and they would have a girl's picture outside the door, and guys would be lined up outside of this woman's door to sleep with her. Like they would be lined up and going back to back, and you could see the picture at the whorehouses. I want to say he said it was Germany. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. Like my whole thing is um, like, would you feel comfortable lining up for a woman, sexually protected or not protected, behind like you waiting for a pair of Jordans? Like me personally, no, I'm good. That's why I don't believe in tricking. I ain't about to be the 10th nigga today. I don't even know these other two niggas. He said that's how Amsterdam is set up. Yeah, he I believe he said this was Germany. Yeah. I believe he said this was Germany. But when they caught the disease, it was somewhere in Asia. I can't remember what part of Asia it was in. We probably obviously know it wasn't North Korea. I think that's the bad one. And he said they caught, I want to say he said it was the Black Death or something. They caught something sexually. This had to be, he probably be in there 09, 08, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And he said that, they had to stay over there and they couldn't come back. Real stuff, real talk. He said women in the hood cause trouble for me, not work. No, they do. They do. Very resourceful, but, very problematic. But that's a fact. That shit I'm telling y'all, that's what he told me. It's real shit. Real shit. A lot of the virus, the one that we had to go on pandemic for. They said that came from them eating animals and shit or something. So, for the most part, man, when a lot of these guys traveling with women, you got to protect yourself. You go to Brazil, the houses in Virginia rate is pretty high. Very high. Very high. So you got to be very, very careful. I feel like a lot of guys, I think a lot of men don't have a choice but to be meticulous about who they sleep with because guys don't really have the sexual options that women think guys have. I think guys, they really only can sleep with who they can sleep with, not who they want to sleep with. Even the guy with money doesn't have the options to sleep around with as the average woman does. Because the average guy got to pay. The average woman just show up, compliment a guy, a couple guys, have a conversation, and if he say I want my ass clapped, most guys gonna do it. So yep. When you go to random places, get the rabies vaccine too. Yeah, I can believe that. He said if a woman on the first date wants to go shopping, no, I don't deal with women like that. Like I said, I lead with myself. I don't lead with money. I lead with myself. And a lot of times, hey, if she's not interested, she ain't interested. That's crazy. If they ask you to go shopping on the first date, they see you as a lame ass trick nigga. They see you as a trick boy. They don't respect you. A woman that a man respect, she ain't even gonna want to ask for money off of it. Let me get out of here, man. I got a party to go to. Appreciate y'all. Peace.